Alright, so I'm doing a St. Patrick's Day wreath tonight. I have my work frame here that I did, and I'm using a green mesh, has multiple colors on it. And my St. Patrick's Day sign that I'm going to use, it's a wooden sign. And I've got some green ruffles I'm going to do, and 2 other shades of green curls. And for ribbons, I've picked a Swiss polka dot beige and some shamrocks and a shimmer green. So that's what we're using tonight. Come in and say hello. Thank you all for joining. All right, let's get started. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm chilly. I don't know why I'm cold, but I am. Everybody doing good? That's not where I wanted to start. There it is. Alright, so I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to do 10-inch poofs. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. Hi Nathan. Hi Wanda. Anything exciting happening? Hi Mom. I cleaned my craft room today. Well, actually, I've been cleaning it for a couple of days. I've been rearranging things, trying to get things to where I have a little more room. Cut this off. So I'm always searching for more room and better ways to store stuff. There it is. Alright, so I start on the top when I'm doing the poofs. And hopefully it won't snag on my sweater tonight. Hi Sherry. Hello Diana. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I hope that's what you... Put my glasses on so I can see. Thought I had it far enough away that I'd be able to see without having to put my glasses on. Thank you all for joining. Come in, say hello. If you wouldn't mind sharing, I'd appreciate it. I'd love to have new viewers. How you doing, Sherry? Is your weather any better down there in Florida? I can't take it. Some days it's in the 60s and the next day it's in the 40s. And rain. So much rain. Tired of rain. But it beats snow, so I'm not going to complain. Hi, Renee. We missed you last week. Anybody do anything exciting this week? Anybody doing anything exciting this week? Oh, that's okay. No problem there. Hello, everybody. Hello, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I gotta remember to look up there every now and then, huh? I put my comments over here in front of me so I can see better. Weather's nice there? Yeah, you're lucky. Can you believe we're already halfway through January? Why is it when we were kids, time went so slow, but when we're adults, it goes so fast? Hi, Lori. Hi, Teresa. Watching from Texas. Yes, dear, we did. We celebrated our 37th anniversary yesterday. That's why I didn't go live yesterday. 37 years. And we decided to go for another year. What the heck, right? It's been good so far. Why not? Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes, we were babies when we got married. Just babies. Thank you, Renee. All right, so this is the last one up top. I'm going to untwist this one here where I started, if I can get it going the right way. And I'm going to put this in there, and then I'm going to transfer down to the bottom. And this mesh is a little thinner than I would have liked it to be, but I think with everything I'm putting on it, it's going to be okay. Oh, thank you. I'm cold. I had to put a sweatshirt on. I'm freezing for some reason tonight. Hi, Cindy. Watching from Tennessee. Thank you. Thank you for the anniversary wishes. Appreciate that. For those who don't know, Cindy's my daughter. She lives in South Carolina, and she is my moderator, I guess you could say. She keeps everything moving smoothly for me. I can't do my live without her. Although I'm sure she'd probably rather be doing something else. I am making a St. Patrick's Day wreath tonight. I will show you all what I've got here in just 1 second. Give everybody an update on what I'm doing. Dawn, Doris is your cousin from Tennessee. Well, hello, Doris. And thank you for joining, second cousin. Well, I appreciate that. And it's nice to meet you. From Kentucky, wow. Do you have the cold and snow over there too? Thank you for joining, everybody. I appreciate it. Oh, let me give you all an update. This is the sign I'm using. And we're making a St. Patrick's Day wreath. And right now I'm putting 10-inch poofs all the way around my frame. And then I'm going to add some 20-inch ruffles. And then I've got some curls I'm going to put in as well. As you all know, I like doing the ruffle and curls. Hello from West Virginia. Thank you for joining. Ireland. Well, this is the perfect wreath then, isn't it? Thank you so much. I hope I'm not yelling. Sometimes forget yell right there. So what's everybody doing tonight? Besides watching me. As my husband said, we had our anniversary yesterday, 37 years, and we went out to dinner, and that was about it. We don't do much for our anniversary because it's right so close to after Christmas that we celebrate the 10s, as we call it, the big ones. So 40's coming soon. We'll celebrate something big then. My hope is to get a trip to Hawaii. So we got 3 years to plan it. Oh, you're babysitting the baby doll? Well, that's a good mommy. Is she out on a date tonight or what? Savannah is my soon-to-be 6-year-old granddaughter. I have 7 grandchildren and 2 children. Hawaii sounds real good right now. I'd like to go now. We have a friend that lives over there. No, Mom, we're going to Hawaii. Yeah, that's a lot of wreaths to sell, isn't it? That's right, it is. So I better get busy. You thought you were part of we? Well, normally you are, but when it comes to the anniversary, there's just 2 of us. My mom lives with us, those who don't know. Hello. Hello from Wisconsin. Texas. Thank you all so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. This is the first time I've posted in Lori's group since I joined, and I appreciate everybody coming over and watching. And from the other groups that I posted to, one by accident. I wasn't supposed to post to it, and I did, so I'm going to have to send her an apology. Didn't mean to do that. I hit it by accident. Alright, so this is the last one for the bottom. The work form I'm using, or wreath frame I'm using, is mine. I made it myself. I have work frames, but I don't know why I prefer making my own sometimes. I guess because when I started there was a shortage on wreath frames. or work frames. Hi, Kelly. All right, so that was the last one on the bottom. I'm going to cut a little bit of this off, and I'm going to tack it down with a zip tie to the frame. Hi, Brianna. Oh, my fingers are not working. There it goes. Hello. Thank you for joining. I appreciate y'all watching. If you wouldn't mind sharing this, I would appreciate that as well. My family probably would appreciate it too, and then they can do something else besides watch me all the time. Alright, so there's my base. It's very pretty. I like the colors. Like I said, it's a little thin for what I'd like, but it's okay. We're putting enough on it that'll cover it up. So let me get this out of the way so it doesn't snag on anything. Alright, and I'm going to do 20-inch ruffle in every other tie. I've already cut everything. And I'm using this lime green for my ruffles. And I'm just going to go up the center and ruffle it up. Yeah, the colors are very pretty. And I'm just going to put this in the tie. Thank you very much for sharing. Hello from Montana. The ribbon, yes. I like these colors. I tried to go with a couple different shades of green for this, since that's what's in the base mesh. So I'm going to put these, there's 9 of them in every other tie. Try to keep it from snagging on everything. Anybody have any questions about anything? I'm sorry if I'm missing any comments going by. It is. It's got a little shimmer to it. Everything here's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. Not actual glitter, thankfully, but otherwise I'd be wearing it. So we are part Irish. Anybody else part Irish? I think on St. Patrick's Day everybody's Irish, aren't they? Live in North Carolina from Chicago. I'm in North Carolina. What part of North Carolina are you in? Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, I like the different greens too. I gotta move y'all a little closer. I don't know if my eyes are just Tired tonight or what? Not that far from Raleigh, yeah. I know where Benson's at. Yeah, my mom's side is from Ireland. Brandy Davis, Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'm right next door to you. Alright, so I'm just making these so they look like a little flower. Not sure if you can see that. I know there's a glare from the light. Shallot. Thank you. Pacific Northwest, Washington, Oregon. Oh yeah, I have, yeah. Work in one, live in the other. There you go. I have family that lives in both Washington and Oregon. I've got friends in Washington too. Hi Josh. Thank you. I know, it feels like I haven't seen you forever. Louisiana. The ruffles are, it's a 10-inch mesh, and I've cut them 20 inches, and I'm ruffling them up. And then I will be adding some curl bundles as well, which I've already got those put together. And then I'll be adding some ribbon. Alright, so I've already done the bottoms. Now I'm going to do the top. And I'm going to do every other one up on top as well. Hello from New Hampshire. I appreciate everyone joining me tonight. And if you haven't done so yet, if you would go to my page and give it a like, I would really appreciate that. It will keep you up to date on my reads and when I go live. Oh, thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. I love you too, hon. Working hard. I apologize if I miss any comments. If I don't, if you're asking a question and I don't answer it, just ask it again. one doesn't sit right. Anybody have any good plans for the weekend? Albany, New York. Hello. Oh, 24. I do not miss that. We just moved from New York a little over a year ago. It was a year in September. We lived up north, up near, above Syracuse, towards the Canadian border in Watertown. I do not miss the snow. Not at all. We were there for 8 years. Hello from West Virginia. Thank you. Thank you all very much for joining me tonight. Thank you, Kim. Yes, they are pretty colors. They're not pipe cleaners. It's a wire, tinsel wire that I got at Christmas time, and I've been trying to use some of that up, and it happens to work well with St. Patrick's Day. I think I skipped one, so I guess I can't chew gum and walk at the same time, can I? You know where Watertown is? Yeah. Yeah. We were there for 8 years. I loved it in the spring and the summer. And even the fall wasn't bad. But I did not like the winters. The first year was good. After that, I was done. I liked the snow up until I lived there. Snow coming tonight, yeah. The weather has been crazy everywhere. I don't understand why it has to be so crazy. We get in the 60s and then it goes to the 40s and then back to the 60s, and no wonder everybody's sick all the time. I don't like how that one's sitting. I'll fix that. Alright, now that I got these straightened out, I had one left and nowhere to put it. Yeah, Watertown it's a nice little town, but New York City, yeah. Oh, well, thank you very much. Please thank your coworker for recommending the page. I really appreciate that. I think this is my 6th live I've done now. So it's been slow going, but we're getting there. Hi, how are you? Thank you. I appreciate y'all watching. Alright, so there we are with the ruffles. And I'm going to add my curls. And just make sure I got everything in the right place here. Alright, so I've got 2 different shades of green here that I'm going to add to every other tie that I did not add the ruffle to. Oh, thank you. I wish the flowers, yeah, I wish I could take credit for that, but I actually saw someone else do it that way, and that's where I got that from. Make it look like a flower. And then the curls are going to go in like a little X pattern here. Just making sure I'm not missing any comments. Does it look like a 4-leaf clover? That's good. Hello from South Florida. Thank you for watching. In Arkansas, I appreciate all these first-time watchers. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. 4 flowers or the 4-leaf clovers. That makes sense to me. Indiana, hello, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. Hello. How long have I been doing these? It's been a little over a year. Or no, I'm sorry, it's been a year. It's been a year I've been doing it. I started around this time last year. And it's been going pretty good. Yeah, Florida. Yeah, well, when I put the curls in, I like to have them so that the light, you know, the colors are spread apart. So yeah, I guess you could say they are in a crisscross pattern. I'll show them to you. If you can, I don't know if that's a good picture or not, but yeah, I like to give them a little. It's kind of a little bit of a cross pattern there. That way, when I put the ribbons in, that they lay right. How many wreaths have I made? Oh, Lord. I have made over 60 wreaths, I think. I'm sure it's well over 60. You're just starting out? Everybody has a different way of doing it. There's no right way and there's no wrong way to do it. That's what I keep hearing. Thankfully. When I first started, I was afraid. I wasn't afraid to do the lives. I was afraid that how I was doing it wouldn't be the way other people did it. I didn't want to go on live and do it. But I got over that. There's no right way or wrong way. Whatever you like, that's what you do. I sell my wreaths. I do. I didn't start selling them until August. But yes, I do sell them. I have an Etsy shop. And if Cindy put the link up, there you go. I'm adding the curls to every other tie on both the top and the bottom. I put ruffles in every other tie, and then I put curls in every other tie. So that way every tie has something in it. And it fills it out. Well, that's great. Keep doing it. Yes, keep doing it. My first wreath was a disaster. I took it apart, didn't want anybody to see it. And then I made my second wreath was an Easter wreath, and that one I still have. I have it hanging up on the wall behind me. Yeah, it can get costly. Where do you buy your material at? Where do you get your mesh from, Jill? Do you buy it like in the local stores, or do you buy it online, or? Yeah, there's definitely no right or wrong way to do it. Everybody I watch a lot of wreath makers, and everybody does something different. Everybody. A lot of people follow some of the same same techniques, but at some point they're doing something different. Everybody does it different. Hobby Lobby, yeah. There's places online that you can buy from that you don't have to have like a tax ID or anything like that to buy from. Craft Outlet is one of them. I buy a lot of my supplies from them. That's where I started buying them from. Alright, so there's all the ruffles and the curls. So see how it's getting fuller? And I always check the bottom because I have a starting point. I like to make sure that's where I start each layer from. That's just my preference. And if you joined late, let me show you the sign again. This is the sign I'm using. It's a wooden sign. I have to remember the camera's the opposite direction. So this is the sign I'm going to be using on here. It's going to sit there. So I have that. And then these are my ribbons I'll be using. I have a Shamrock, and I chose this beige. I don't have very much beige for some reason. I don't know why, but it goes with the sign. So I wanted to add a little bit of that in it to break up all the green. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, I'll take it off and change it later. But we'll see. And then I have another Shamrock, a little bit different, with a shimmering green. The name of the place online is called Craft Outlet, all one word, .com. Craft Outlet, C-R-A-F-T, outlet. And there's other places too. There's a place called the Wreath Shop, and they're all online. Check them out. And you could probably get better quality mesh and probably a lot cheaper than what you're paying now. They are, yes, they do sell out very quickly. Yes, unfortunately, that does happen. That's one of the things when I started the work frames. There was a shortage on work frames, so I had to make my own. So I've just kind of, I go with that. I still use the work frames when I have, I have some, but I prefer to make my own. And I still have the same amount of ties they do. I have 10 on the bottom and I have to think, 8 on the top, sorry. 18 ties. I lost my train of thought for a second. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put these ribbons in. And I think I'm going to put, let's see which one I want to go in the ruffles. I'm going to put the green and the Shamrock Plaid in the ruffles. Hello from North Carolina. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. If everyone would hit the share button. And if you haven't liked my page, please do so. If you go to my page, Wreath Decor by Dawn, there'll be a like button or a follow button. I would love to have you follow my page. My frames are I get them from the dollar store. But you have to check them when you buy them. Don't just grab a bunch of them. If you buy any of them there, make your own. You have to check them. I've bought some and come home and found that they're broken in places. And some of them will be weaker than others. So I check all of them. I stand there and check them all. I just went and bought some the other day. The guy was looking at me like, what are you doing? I said, I get home and they're broken, so I don't want to bring them back. I'm going to leave the broken ones here. A lot of North Carolina. What do I do to make the frames? I use, I'll show you the tinsel ties I have. You can use pipe cleaners too. I use both. Let me grab them and I'll show you. At Christmas time, Walmart had these rolls of this tinsel tie. They call it, let me look. They call it tinsel garland. And it's a wire with tinsel on it. And it's pretty sturdy. I've used it several times. It's about the same thickness as the pipe cleaners that you would put on there. And I cut them at 12 inches each. And I use 18 of them. And I tie them every 4.5 inches around my frame. And that works out well for me. Some people do 5 inches, but I like the 4.5 inches. Or you can just use colored pipe cleaners. Whatever color you're using, you want to coordinate it with your mesh. And you can use regular pipe cleaners and do the same thing. Put them every 4.5 to 5 inches. Hello from Arkansas. No, I buy my frames from the Dollar Tree, not Dollar General, the Dollar Tree. A lot of North Carolina. Thank you for liking the page. I appreciate that so much. My page is just starting to grow, and I just really appreciate everybody who goes and likes it and shares it. The garland, they had it at Walmart at Christmas time. I don't know if they have any left. When mine was doing their clearance after Christmas, I went and bought a bunch of rolls. I think I bought a couple dozen rolls so that I would have it for this year. And like I used the red that they had for Christmas, I used that for Valentine's Day. And then I'm using the green for Easter and St. Patrick's Day. And they also had it in silver and purple, different colors, all different colors. So I just bought a bunch of them. They weren't very much when they put them on clearance. I got them for, you know, I think 50, 75 cents, somewhere in there, a roll. They're normally $1.68 a roll. But I like it. The tinsel tends to shed on it when you're, you know, working with it, but it's not enough to where it like doesn't leave bare wire or anything like that. Hi, Deb. Thank you, Jill, for sharing. I appreciate that so much. Okay, I did it again, Cindy. Happens every time. Not paying attention. I got my ribbons out of sort here. So now I got to go back and Cincinnati, thank you for joining. I've not seen it in any of the craft stores, but then I haven't looked for it there either. I'm sure Michael's or Hobby Lobby would have something similar, but maybe only at Christmas. I don't know that they would carry it on a regular basis, but you can use pipe cleaners. Pipe cleaners work really well. They're very sturdy. If you get the ones from Hobby Lobby, they're a little bit stronger than what I've found anywhere else. The ones at Walmart and like the dollar store, theirs are very thin wire. And the fluff that they put on it, I can't think what you call it, is very thin at the other stores too. You can tell the difference. They're thicker at Hobby Lobby. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming in and joining. I appreciate you watching. I gotta take a drink. Iowa, hello. Deb is one of my customers. Chicago, thank you for joining. Cindy, how's Nathan holding up? New York. What part of New York? Tennessee, hello, welcome. He's freaking out. I knew he would be. My grandson Nathan is one of my biggest cheerleaders, and has been wanting me. He wants me to go live every day, but I won't. He's been pushing me and pushing me. He's the one who pushed me to do my very first live, and he doesn't miss a one. And he watches the numbers for the people who are watching. And last week we had one in from the UK, and he just about lost it. But he gets so excited for his grandma. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. But when he finds out I'm doing a live, he gets very excited. Nathan wants me to hit 100. Well, I want to hit 100 too. And we'll get there. We will get there. He did. Hello, thank you for joining. My babies all watch. I'm sorry, you're not a cheerleader. Okay, what are you? What would you call yourself? You're my biggest fan, right? Is that it? Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that very much. Yes, he is dying for me to hit that 100. I wish y'all could see how excited he gets more excited than I do about this. Poor kid. He is just thrilled. He has gone online and looked for ways to how to help me boost my viewers, and he has shared my videos to numerous places. And he's always trying to get me to do something different. So he pushes me, he keeps me going. I don't want to say the kid loves me or anything like that, but you know, just a little bit. He's also the reason I quit smoking almost 5 years ago. He pushed me to do that too. And he remembers every August. He's a good kid. I'm sorry, where did I purchase the ribbon? All from Missouri. All my ribbon that I'm using tonight, I purchased from Craft Outlet online. I'm sure Nathan probably wants me to stop talking about him now. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off, and having trouble seeing comments tonight. Hello from Illinois. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. I have been doing my training for my group that I joined. And I'm gonna learn next how to set up so that I can send out alerts when I go live. And that way y'all will be warned, I guess you could say, that I will be on making a wreath. I curl my ribbons out in a way. I try to get them out and away from the inside because I don't want the sign to cover them up. I'm gonna fray over here. Get rid of that. So I don't know, that beige looks like it might work once I put that sign on here. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you, Brianna. I got the sweetest grandkids, I'll tell you. Today, the little one, well, Nathan sent me the picture, but she made a self-portrait out of her Cheez-It crackers. And it was cute. Alright, so I'm putting the last ribbon on the bottom, and then I'm going to move up to the top. Does it? Good. I wasn't sure how it was going to show, but I was hoping it would work. You know, you got to throw those colors in there. When I was going through my ribbon today looking for what I was going to use, I realized I don't have very much in the beige tan color family, so I think I need to get some more. Everything I had like polka dots and stuff like that. I just didn't think the big polka dots was going to work with this, so. Hope I'm not missing any of your comments. If I am, just ask your question again. Alright, so there's the bottom. Now, let's see. I'm going to start up here with this one. Why can't you find a 4-leaf clover? Well, right now you're not going to find any. But I think we'd all like to find one. Somebody's using the blender downstairs. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Jenna, thank you. Hello. Thank you for joining me tonight. Welcome, welcome everybody. I hope you all will join me on my future lives as well. If you'd like to see my wreaths, or when I go live again, if you just like my page, you'll see there. Thank you very much, Sheila. The sign is kind of a big sign, so I don't know if I'm going to put any other little foo-foo stuff on it after I'm done with it, but I do have some little shamrock picks and things like that, so I might do that depending on how much room is left. When I started, I did a little bit at a time. Probably a little more than I should have, but you know, I had so many ideas in my head that I wanted to run with it. But yeah, you have to take it slow and just order enough to do 1 or 2 wreaths. Otherwise, you get more supply than you do if you're planning on selling them. You want to make sure that you sell them before you buy new supplies. But yeah, a little at a time. Like with Craft Outlet, for instance, they have a minimum for free shipping. So I would, you know, try to at least meet that minimum when placing an order so as not to have to pay the shipping. But if you want to sell them, then yeah, just do a little bit at a time. Don't overload yourself, because then you have so much supply. And that's crooked. I want to fix that. Thank you, Gabe. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. My first wreath I ever made, the first one I made was a candy cane wreath. And it came out really bad, and I took it apart. My second wreath was a Easter wreath, and that's hanging up on the wall behind me there somewhere. I kept that one just because it was, I consider it my first wreath because it was the first one that actually turned out. Thank you. Thank you, Dorothy, for joining us. Green is your favorite color? Yes, I do. I ship. I sell my wreaths on Etsy, and the shipping's based on where you live. Oops, wrong way. But yes, I do. I ship all over the United States. I don't ship internationally yet. I just started selling in August, so I did really well over Christmas. I've had a couple of, where am I from? Well, I live in North Carolina, and I've lived here for on and off over 20, well, actually over 30 years. My husband was in the military, so this is kind of home. But we lived in New York for a while. We just moved back here last September. Hello from Arkansas. Thank you. Yeah, I started, actually how I came upon doing wreaths is because we were in the process of moving. And I'm sorry if some of you have probably heard this several times on my lives, but I'm going to tell it again. We were in the middle of moving from New York down here. It was a year ago in September. And we were staying in temporary housing. And there wasn't a lot to do while we were waiting to close on our house. So I happened to come across a live that a young man named Nick was doing. And it was shared from another page that I followed. That's how I found it. Anyway, it was a young man who was making wreaths, and he was putting himself through college by selling his wreaths. And from there, I started following other wreath makers that he followed, and kind of became an obsession. And so every night I would sit there and watch everybody's lives and watch them make wreaths, and I was hooked and said, I want to do that. So when I got the chance, I started practicing, and that's when I made the candy cane wreath that didn't go so well. And then from there I did the Easter wreath, and then I did 4th of July. And it got better. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, he was in service he served active duty for 24 years, and he serves the military now with his current job. So he's still serving them. He loves what he does, and he loves working with the military, so. Yeah, we're in a little town called Rayford, right outside of Fort Bragg. Right outside of Fayetteville. We used to live in Fayetteville. But when we moved back, we decided to move to a different area. Alright, I have one more to do and that's it. My ribbons are 14 inches long. I cut them, I'm using two 2.5 and two 1.5 inch ribbons. And I cut them 14 inches long. Oh, thank you very much for that. I watch everybody. I watch all the lives. Every one of them that I can. I'm constantly following people and watching new people, and I love it. I can't get enough of it. I sit there every night and that's what I do. So I thought, why not? If they're doing it, I can do it, right? So it's been pretty successful so far, thankfully, because a lot of people like you guys, and I appreciate that more than you will know. Alright, so all my ribbons are on. And I've scrunched up a few here. Let me fix those. Yes, I watch Scott. I love watching Scott too. He's very funny. They're having, well, it seems like everybody's having some kind of convention this year, and I would love to go, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. They're having a big one in July, I believe, in Louisiana. I'd love to go to that, but it's not going to happen this year. No, I don't sell at craft shows. I only sell online. I have an Etsy store. So here's what we've got now. I gotta go the other way. And I'm going to put my sign on. Make sure I'm at my starting point here. And all I've done is, because it's a wood sign, it's pretty thick. I've stapled some pipe cleaners to the back. And I put a little bit of glue on it just for extra security. And I'm just going to lay that on top here. See where I want it to go. And I want to find my starting point. An Etsy store. Etsy, it's E-T-S-Y. And it's an online store where you can sell handmade goods. And I'm just going to take my pipe cleaner and put it down through the mesh. And I'm going to go straight down to the frame. There you go. There's my Etsy shop there. And I'm just taking this down through everything. And I'm going to secure it right to the frame. I don't want it to go anywhere. So I don't want to secure it to the mesh. I want to secure it to the wire frame. And I'm just going to give it a couple of twists just to secure it for now, because I may adjust it later. If I can get it to wrap around there. There it goes. Okay. There's other places that you can sell too online. I can't think of them all right now, but that's just the one that I chose. It was it seemed to be the best fit for me at the moment. So, and I like it. I don't have any issues with it. I like that I can do my shipping from there and buy my postage through them. So all I have to do is take it and drop it off, and I don't have to worry about standing in line at the post office. And we have a little shipping store right practically next door to our housing area. And I just take it over there. The girl knows me. And it's a pickup place for the post office. So I drop it off there and go in, say hi, put it in the proper place, and leave. So I don't ever have to stand in line or wait. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Nikki, Clara. And I don't want to pull it down too tight because I don't want it to smash my ribbons. Even though it looks like it is right now, I'll fluff those out. Yeah, I like Etsy too. Thank you, Deb. Yeah, Deb has a couple of wreaths. I have a couple people who have been repeat customers. I've got a couple of custom orders that I gotta start working on pretty soon. My shipping process, I have boxes that I get through Amazon, and I use a 22 by 22 by 8 box, shipping box. And I secure my wreath to the box so it doesn't move during shipping. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this through here. It doesn't want to go through the mesh. I buy my shipping boxes from Amazon. I don't have any place close to me that sells them or manufactures them. I think the closest one was maybe an hour from me, and I can just get them from Amazon and have them delivered. Matter of fact, I just got a delivery yesterday of them. And I have a scale that I weigh them so that I don't have to, like I said, I don't have to go to the post office and do any of that. I just put in the weight and the size of the box in Etsy and purchase my postage through them. So it's all very convenient and easy for me. But yeah, I make sure that they are secured inside the box. I don't want them moving around. I don't want them, you know how some of the shipping places can be with boxes and that. So I don't want them being tossed around and then the wreath arrive at your door looking like a toddler stomped all over it. Don't want that. All right, I'm just spreading out my ribbons here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Y'all are great. Thank you so much. This will really help get my page noticed. Well, thank you guys for coming back. I appreciate it. But this is our wreath. Let me try to get it centered right. So I was thinking I've got some, let me get my stuff here. I have some shamrocks and some little green hats. I don't know about those. I have some gold coins, but I was looking for one little pot for like a pot of gold, to put those in. And then I had a hat. I have a hat. I'm going to use on another wreath later on, make another one. But yeah, I have these shamrocks. Ouch. Well, that stuck right in my finger. So I have these. More glitter. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming back. I appreciate it. These are metal. They're not styrofoam. These are metal. So I have these. These kind of go with the colors. I don't know if y'all can see those real well. Those. And then I've got these little styrofoam ones, which I would have to use a pipe cleaner to attach these. So they got a little hat. I guess these are supposed to be the little gold coins. And then the shamrocks. Yeah, I'd love to go to Savannah again. We're in North Carolina, right near Fort Bragg. So we're at the southern part of North Carolina, the southeastern part. So what do you think? Yeah, it's not far at all. We've been to Savannah. So I don't know. I'm thinking I might use, I don't know. I kind of thinking maybe the hat. What do you think? I can't see what it looks like from there, but can you all see it? Cindy is my daughter, yes. Yes, she is. Yeah, I like the hat too. I'm thinking I like that right there. I don't know if I'm liking these little styrofoam ones, but I'm liking the shamrocks. Put a couple of them in. Well, let's see what it looks like. Because I can always put them in and then... Oh, really? You think so, Nathan? Well, we will do our best. I'm going to clip some of these off of here. I want to see what they look like. And they, the little shamrock inside of these moves. So it rotates. There we go. How are pipe cleaners installed in the sign? I stapled them in. And I put 3 staples in with the pipe cleaners. I fold it over. Let me show you. I take a pipe cleaner. I don't know if you can see it. I tried to get a green one because that's there. But anyway, I fold the end over. And then I put 3 staples in there to hold it in. And then I put some glue on top of that, some hot glue. And that's just added protection. Yes, I did, Renee. That's exactly what I did. So anyway, I have these little picks here. And the little clover inside the middle, it moves. Can you see that? I don't want to break it, but anyway, I have those that I can put in here. I don't know how that would look there, but it's either that or the styrofoam ones. Let's see. Now they just taped that. Like the sticks? Yeah, they are cute. I got light green and then I have the dark green, so I could interchange them. But then I also have these. The styrofoam ones. I don't know if I like the styrofoam ones. Yeah, the wreath will be posted tomorrow in my Etsy shop. I like to take pictures during the day outside on the door, so I have to wait for the daylight. And hopefully, it's not supposed to rain tomorrow, so we should have some good light. And I'm going to go ahead and cut some of these. And what I'll do when I put these in is I'll put glue on the stick, and then I put it in where the tie is. And the tinsel from the tie, along with the mesh and everything, helps to hold it in place so that it won't move. Shout out to Lock and Lock, yes. Cut that a little shorter. So I'll put that in there, and then I'll twist that tie around it once I put the glue in, and that'll keep it right there in place. It won't go anywhere. You have same ones, the Lock and Lock? See, so that's a light green, so I think I'll use a dark green. Wow, tonight went fast. The blue, yeah, I love Lock and Lock. I have a whole mess of them. The ribbons came from Craft Outlet, craftoutlet.com. That's where I buy a lot of my supplies at. And they are online, and you do not have to have a tax ID or anything like that to order from them. Yeah, I think that's going to go there. I don't know, I might have cut that one a little too short. Yeah, Deb, mine are all either the clear or the red. I started with the clear when they first came out, and then then I went to the red. My kitchen's got a lot of red. Everything I buy is red in my kitchen. All right, so this. Yep, that's heated up. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue in here. Thank you. Thank you, Sherry. So I want to just push this in there and put some glue in. And then I'm going to put the pipe cleaner in. That's as far as it's going to go. And I use Gorilla Glue, Gorilla Glue sticks. And then I'm going to put some around there to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And then what I'll do is I'll take this one once that dries, and I will put it down through the mesh like I did the sign, and I can secure it to the frame. Yes, for finger accidents too. We don't want any more of those though. No finger accidents. And my ties, I just leave them on there. If they're the decorative ones, I don't curl them down or anything. If it were a pipe cleaner, I would take either a pencil or I have a piece of wire, small, or it's not a wire, it's a stem off of a piece of a floral, and I would use that to curl them down. But because they're the decorative ones, I don't do that. The ribbons come from Craft Outlet. craftoutlet.com. It's an online craft store. They sell mesh, ribbons, signs, picks, everything you would need. Oh well, I just threw that away. And that's where a majority of my supplies come from. And I'm just feeding this down through to the frame so that it attaches there. And I'm going to leave that hat sitting just like that. Let me fix my ribbons before I secure it. So I don't want my ribbons to be bunched up underneath it. There we go. No, the wreath forms, I make my own, so I buy my frames from the Dollar Tree store. And then I either use the tinsel ties that I got from Walmart at Christmas time, or I use pipe cleaners. I do use work frames, but I like to make my own most of the time. And the frames are not bad. They're good size. Yes, they're generally all the same size, Deb. Most of them are, yes. But you just have to, if you buy your frames from the dollar store, you have to check them while you're there. Make sure that none of the wires are broken. I have gotten some that have been broken. But I just check them before I leave the store. And then I put 18, most work forms come with 18 ties on them, so I put 18 ties on. I put mine on every 4.5 inches. Some people like 5. So I just do 4.5. And you just start with one of the crossbars and just work your way around. Every 4.5 inches. Alright, so there's the hat. Do we like that? Can you see it? I try to move it because I know there's a glare from my light because I use these fluorescent, well not fluorescent, LED lights. Okay, yeah, I can see it now. There's a delay. Alright. So we got that on there, and let me cut this fray off. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and put these in here. That'll be my 3, because we work in 3s. Hi, Vicki. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Vicki. I appreciate that. Alright, and these are in there, but I don't know if their glue is real well good, so I might put some on there of my own. And I'm just going to lay this in where my tinsel tie is and let that be my support. The wreath forms from the Dollar Tree are 14.5 inches. And then the work frames, when you buy those are like 15 inches, I believe. And then by the time you're done, it's like 22, 20, depending on what you put on it. They come out to about 22, 24 inches wide. Mine right now is about 24 inches wide. So I started with a 14-inch frame, and it's 24 inches wide right now. And I'm just putting a glob of glue on here to hold this. Usually I do this after the live. But since there's more people watching tonight. Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. So I'm going to lay that right in there. That's going to adhere to that. And then I'm going to take my twist tie and tie it around it. Just so that the glue gets on the tie, because that's going to adhere better. So there's that one. And I'm going to put the other one up here. Get my ribbons in place. Y'all are going crazy with them hearts over there. Thank you very much. Alright, so this is going to go in here. Can you see that one alright? Making sure they're about even. Yes, please make sure to like our page. That way you can see future lives. And if you go back to the main page where it says Wreath Decor by Dawn and just give it a like or a follow, you'll be able to see the next time we go live. And you'll be able to see all the photos I post of the wreaths. And I do take a picture the next day on the door so that everybody can see the finished wreath. Like the shiny what? The Shamrocks? These or the other ones? Which ones do you like, Cindy? And when you get a wreath, if you buy a wreath, when you take it out of the box, do not take it straight out of the box and hang it on your door. Fluff your ribbons out. Please, fluff your ribbons out. Just take your finger, curl it out towards you. Put it between your fingers. Give it back its shape. I try to make sure that when I secure it in the box that it arrives in the same, or at least close to the way it was when I made it, but you know, things do move when you ship. There's no helping that. Doesn't matter how well I secure it to the box, they're still gonna move around, flop around in there. Are we frozen again? Are you guys there? Just making sure we're not frozen again. All right. So what do you think? Do we need any more? Do I need to add more to it? Okay, good. What do we think? Does it need more shamrocks or is it good? You have the one here, we got one over here, and then we got the hat on this side. Should I add any of these in? I don't know if you can see them real well. Mesmerized by the beauty. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, I am glad you all joined me tonight. And I'm glad to meet all the new followers that we have. And I hope that you will continue to follow our page, my page. And join us on our next live. Thank you, Sin. Thank you. And look for the pictures tomorrow to be posted. And I probably will do either an Easter or another St. Patrick's Day next time. I have a couple more ideas and stuff. I've got a lot of signs for St. Patrick's Day, so Might do a couple more. I'm done with Valentine's Day unless anybody requests something, but the window for shipping is running out on that, so since it's almost the 17th now. So, but thank you all for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. Welcome everybody new. Thank you guys from the group who joined tonight and watched. I appreciate that. And I will see you guys on the next live. Have a good night.